Would you please give it up for the Vamps? 10 years, guys, congratulations. Huge milestone, but I understand there's also been another milestone. You've done your first shoey.
Yeah, which arguably is a bigger milestone in our band's life. James did it. I don't know if it even can be classed as a shoey because it was a thigh-high boot of a fan.
Yeah, that's a booty.
That's a boot.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a booty.
Was it okay, James? Have you survived? You're
You know
right.
what? You're right. Like thinking about it afterwards is the problem. So I was back in bed and I was like, "Oh, I just did that, didn't I?"
I feel like we
Do
need
you
to
know
apologise.
what's going on when there's like a big boot being handed up to you from an Australian audience and they're
You
all
don't
like...
ask questions. We're 10 years in at that point. We don't ask questions. If we get given a boot, we drink from the boot.
When you guys first got together, did you ever imagine that the journey was going to be this big, this long?
I don't think so. I think anyone getting into a band, like, we just grew up loving music and we always knew we wanted to be in a band. And when we got together, we started rehearsing in Tristan's parents' garage.
Yeah.
And
Represent. Love
yeah, we've been thinking about going back rehearsing there. And you just do it for the love of, like, getting to play music with your friends. And
Have you paid them back rent or anything now that you've been this successful?
Yeah, over the years, you know, they're still charging me. It's the interest. It's the interest that's killing me.
It's been 10 years, but you actually don't look any different. Like, we've just had a look at some old footage. You look exactly the same. So where is the fountain of youth?
it's these clips that we've got in the back of here. It really pulls everything back. We'll finish the cameras off and then it just drops. Yeah.
Well, James, you're the person who kind of like had the idea to start this band. I guess. Do you remember the first time you met the three other guys?
Yeah, I remember seeing. Well, I found Brad on YouTube doing some of his own music as well as covers, and I think like it's kind of weird. You know, it's been 11 years since Brad and I met, 10 years since we met Tristan and Connor together, and it's like I think we didn't know like the kind of magic that was happening then. I think it's only in hindsight you realise, God, I wish I was, you know, aware of what we were going through, because like all of a sudden we're going to Australia for the first time and going around the world and stuff. And I think now we're a little bit older, we reminisce and realise how lucky and sort of proud we are of the Vamps journey.
Do you still have the same excitement though about coming back to Australia?
100%.
Yeah,
More appreciation, I think. As you get older, like James said, you just appreciate it more. And before Corona, we were on tour all the time, and it kind of just turns into a whirlwind, and you just kind of don't take advantage of it. But now, you know, we're back in Australia, touring the world again, and these guys went to the Sydney Opera House this morning. We're doing things like that where we didn't do before, you know, so it's really exciting for us.
Can you do that without getting mobbed? Like, what goes on?
It was not too bad.
Just take the pens out and
Yeah,
the wrinkles.
it's unrecognisable. People helping me across the road. No, it was good. We went as a band. We went and did like a band holiday in Byron Bay for like 4 or 5 days, which was a lot of fun. So we, like Trish was saying, we just try and like take it all in as much as we can.
Well, you know, 10-year anniversary, there's obviously a lot of reflection. Tristan, I've heard that you actually originally wanted this to be a trio. So how did Connor win you over? Or maybe I should ask Connor,
You know
how
what?
did you...
I wanted to be a trio before we met Con. And then we met Con. Yeah, he wooed me. He did a Blink-182 cover and gave me a massage. And yeah, we have never looked back. So, I mean, obviously Con fit that missing piece of the puzzle that we didn't have before, and it was perfect. And as a live band, I just think it sounds so much better having a 4-piece. So I'd scrap that, you know. I'm all with the 4.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
You have toured a lot in the last 10 years, and famously that's a really calm process, no drama at all. Have there been any bust-ups over that time?
One over bacon.
Oh, yeah. We don't talk about that. You're
No,
really
I don't.
stirring the pot.
Okay, what happened with the bacon?
Well, I was trying to... I don't even know. We get... See,
We were on a
my blood
budget.
boiling.
We were on a budget.
Yeah. No, we were writing the first album, and it was, at this point, it was just... we'd met Con, but I think you didn't come on that trip for whatever reason. And it was me, Tris and James staying in an apartment, and we were, like, cooking breakfast. I think I was 17 at the time. So we went to get some bacon for breakfast, and me and Tris were debating whether to share 1 pack or to get a pack each. And I was like, well, I'm not going to have a full pack. So I feel like you're not going to have a full pack, so let's just share a pack. And then it just kicked off. It just kicked off. It just absolutely kicked off. But I think in hindsight, it was like we were jet lagged, super tired.
Oh, it
It
was
like-
bonding. That was bonding. That
Yeah.
was bonding moment.
Yeah.
Bacon is your biggest gripe. I think you guys are doing all
we were
right.
all, we were
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird how well we get on. You know, we are best friends, and that sounds so cliche, but it is true. And you know, it's hard to be in a band with people you don't like. So it's a blessing that we love each other.
Friendship saved the bacon.
It's very good.
Well, Connor, if the band does go back to being a trio and they kick you out again for whatever reason, you've got other stuff you can work on. And I see that you were recently on Dancing on Ice.
Yeah.
And like, no joke, you're actually very good at ice skating.
incredible.
You're really good.
Yeah.
Did you know like how to skate beforehand, or did you just kind of
No.
pick it up on the show?
You do 3 months. Oh, there it is. You do like 3 months of training before you actually be on the show. But I broke records for the most stitches they ever gave out.
What?
I have like scars on my leg, my chin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Oh my
it's
gosh.
pretty brutal, yeah, but it
It's
was
a
fun.
blood sport.
Yeah, for sure. It was good
Wow.
though, it was a fun time.
And then what's your reaction to when Connor's doing something amazing like that? Do you then feel pressure to be like, gosh, I've got to find like another unique
Dance.
gift?
I just need a dance.
Yeah.
Nah, we were super proud of Con. We went to watch him a few times. Kind of worried because it is a dangerous sport. It's on ice, so hard, impact, right? And he cut himself so many times. But he, you know, like when he does it on stage, just kind of carries on. And yeah, we were super proud of him. Yeah, boy.
So 10 years in, what's the next 10 years going to look like? We're still going to have you back here looking exactly the same.
That's the plan. Yeah, I think if it's another 10
Younger.
years and we look the same, it's
Younger.
going to get weird. We're going to be like, right, what's going on? I'm just going to paint a beard on, I think. No, I think more albums, more touring. Like it's
More,
been
more health retreats in Byron Bay.
absolutely. That's a must. That's a must. Yeah.
Yeah, more band holidays, I reckon.
Good luck with the Aussie shows.
Thank
you know
you,
your
guys.
fans here. I'm going to love seeing you. Thanks for stopping in. The Vamps.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.